Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by. My name is Mark and this is My Daddy Diary episode 22. This one is now 22 weeks old and is growing up very quickly, aren't you? Yeah. So I'm going to keep it a little bit briefer this week because I know last week was a super duper episode. Obviously the parental order is proceeding as normal. We've still got a little while to go until the court date, but obviously I'll update on that when we get there. You will remember that last week I mentioned baby sensory, Sophie had her first baby sensory class. So obviously this week we had her second class and it was much better. She seemed a little bit more settled in it, seemed to enjoy it a whole lot more, and it was actually all themed around a teddy bear's picnic, which was very cute. It was like lots of teddy bears everywhere and bear related activities, including making food for the teddy bear's picnic and things like that. So she's getting on much better with it. She did still seem a little bit out of sorts by the end of the session, and when we got home, her routine, you could tell she was a little bit unsure, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as the week before, so she's adjusting to that really well. With activities, we also took her swimming for the very first time at the weekend, and despite some issues to do with the pool, nothing to do with Sophie, it's just some really poor management skills on behalf of the leisure centre. Despite that, we actually had a really good time. You have to, at the weekends, they only allow you to buy like an hour-long wristband to go swimming, particularly in the baby pool. So obviously you're limited. But to be honest, at this stage, she made about 20 minutes in the pool and then she was clearly done. She'd had enough and she wanted to get out. She did really well. She was mainly like kicking her legs all over the place. She really enjoyed the water. She didn't mind going under the water because we sort of put her under the water a couple of times just briefly to get her used to the sensation. She was brilliant. Like, I was quite surprised. I expected it to be a lot more stressful than it was, and it really wasn't. We had a lot of fun until it was time to get out, and she screamed and screamed and screamed a bit more, and even when we was changing her she was literally screaming the changing rooms down, and I'm thinking, because I'm in a closed cubicle, I'm thinking, oh, what are people thinking? Oh my god. It's obviously every parent's been through this, but in your head when you're in that moment you're like, what does this sound like? What on earth are people thinking? It was actually, she was just completely and utterly tired. Once we got her out of the pool, we tried, got her changed and whatnot, we tried to give her a feed and she was just not interested at all. She just wanted to sleep. So we put her down for a nap and she slept very well at the weekend. Wow. She does make me laugh a lot at the moment because she's still developing all new noises and sounds, and she's moving away from the constant whine of the sort of sound like an alarm clock to a degree, but she is finding new noises. Like we've recently discovered she has this fake cough that she does when she's in her little activity, which is quite amusing. Yeah. I think I don't know if she's doing it for attention or whatnot, but yeah, it's a very fake cough. It's quite funny. In terms of her rolling over, so she is still rolling over onto her front. She's getting very close to being able to crawl as well. She's pulling her legs up underneath her bum, but she's not quite got that strength there to push forward. So she's definitely enjoying tummy time a bit more for a few minutes, and then she can't move anywhere, so then she gets very upset. But she's not quite mastered the art of rolling back. You licking my fingers again? Yeah, she's not quite mastered the art of rolling back onto her back. So, but it's getting there. She's coming along very nicely. In other news, Dad and Mark and I, because apparently we like to add more things to the plate, are currently looking to buy a house. So we'll be moving out the flat. Fingers crossed. Obviously, that's not really daddy related, but we do keep saying we're trying to buy her a house as opposed to buying us a house, We want so that she can have a garden as she gets bigger, and so on and so on and so on. So I'll occasionally be talking about that, and with that it might mean that the schedule of videos might go a little bit out of whack. Not that it hasn't been since Christmas, but you get what I'm saying. So I just wanted kind of to mention that, because I think that's quite a big deal, and it's probably going to be quite stressful, along with looking after this little one. Hey, everything has been fine and everything's going well. I'm feeling a bit under the weather at the moment, but it's funny as a parent, when you're feeling under the weather, you really don't get much time to dwell on it. You just kind of have to get on. So I think that's going to do it for this week. And like I say, I wanted to try and keep it a nice short episode this week after last week's. And obviously next week I'll have more baby sensory updates. I will also be getting closer to the point of the parental order, so there might be some last minute bits to talk about on that. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and of course, please hit the like and subscribe button if you've enjoyed what you've watched today, and I'll see you next week. Bye!